Hello guys, this is a very vulnerable post actually that I'm posting today here live from Mexico City, where I'm working on shifting many deeply rooted beliefs. And it's actually, I'm realizing that the work is never over. Like, when you unlayer and uncover and go deeper to that next level of your life, you find what Vipassana calls sankaras, but like this deeply rooted limiting beliefs that stop you really to go to that next level. And this is exactly what I'm facing right now. I was really hesitated a lot before sharing this, but as much as I love sharing my wins, I also love sharing when I'm feeling vulnerable. And sometimes the universe just wanted you to shift and then to become a better version of yourself. But I realized that my body was holding me back for some reason, and then my mentor asked me to definitely tune into my body and understand what's going on and what's happening. And then when I asked my body what's happening, it's literally just trying to keep me safe. But safe from what? Safe from deeply rooted fears that I have the power to unlock, but yet they're still holding me back and stopping me from moving forward. And most of the time it's either I feel guilt or I feel shame. And that sometimes that thought is who are you to make it happen? Who are you to be dreaming that big? And sometimes, yes, some of the time, my dreams scare the shit out of me. But I believe that I owe it to myself. But there are really two different levels. There is really the belief or the thinking, but also the understanding and the physical knowledge that you definitely worth it and deserve it. So these are the two really struggles that I had the past. I'm working right now, how to take it to that next level, how to make that shift. Why am I not believing it? And it came down to definitely the fact that as long as you're dealing with deeply rooted fears and hurts, and then as long as I'm just pushing them away and not willing to truly sit down with them and embrace them and allow them to express themselves and show me where actually I need to be and show me what I need to do. As I said, this is very, just like talking about that, this is it's painful, but I believe that when the pain is there, it shows us something really deep as well. And I'm very happy to be actually able to shout it to the world. It is okay to feel vulnerable, and it is okay to sometimes feel fear. Acknowledge that fear. That's really what I'm doing. I'm not saying it's pleasant, and I'm not saying that tuning into your body and then trying to understand what's going on. I'm literally writing down here what's going on. And when you journal, you're taking that energy out of you, and I truly love doing that. But all the limiting beliefs, for example, has ever someone told you that you're worthy and then you're amazing? And I know that when I grew up in my family, that was not the case, but not because I didn't want to, but mainly because no one has ever told them either. And I refuse. I'm realizing what habit patterns are there, and I want to change that. I want to change that for myself, and I want to change that for the people I work with. That starts with me really tapping into it, and then tapping into that, sitting down with it and letting it transverse you, letting it go through you, and then acknowledging that it is okay to feel fear, and acknowledging what that fear is there to teach you, and then making a decision. What do you want to do then? Do you want to keep that fear ruling your life? And in that case, these are I'm asking these questions, but I'm also asking them to myself. Do I want to let the fear just hop me and let me just cruisy and comfortable where I am right now? Or do I want to really take it to that next level? These are questions that I owe myself to answer honestly. And I really encourage you, if you're also going through this phase, to ask yourself, okay, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling what I'm feeling? How does that make me feel? And definitely reach out to the people who are there to help you, because I'm so grateful for the people who are here to help me, my mentors, on really being a mirror of the things that I'm feeling and experiencing right now. And giving me actually the allowing me to be honest and true with myself. And literally your body never lies. Like whatever you're going through, your body tells you everything you need to know. So once you tune into your body and ask the right questions to yourself, especially before you go to sleep, sometimes you tune into yourself more deeper during your dreams. So ask yourself really, and this is exactly what I'm doing the past days, like what is it there to teach me? Like what's the learning? What's the lesson? And do I want? Like ask yourself, do I want to overcome that? Do I want to allow my body to experience the fear? And do I want to drop my limiting beliefs so that I can just like take it to that next level and again that next level? And as I said, each level requires a new you. Each level of you requires you to go deeper into self-knowledge, into self-love and self-worth. And these are something that I've lately been a bit struggling with as well. So I was like doing my mirror work and allowing myself to feel and to love and just to be. Like I'm believing the power of being, actually. And I really want to heal whatever needs to be healed and make the space within myself, within my heart and soul and body to allow whatever teaching is right now happening and whatever really need for my new me to go and take you to that next level. I'm like allowing the process to be. So yet I'm really in the acknowledgement phase. I'm not into the action phase or what is it that I want to do. I'm really acknowledging everything that I'm going through, all the feelings, the emotions. I'm grateful also for the people who have mirrored what I'm going through, who have been as strong. It's like, oh, what's going on? Why is that person bothering me so much? And I was like, oh shit, like there is something within myself that I don't want to see, and this person is literally right in my face, so I can't ignore it anymore. And it's been happening a lot here in Mexico, so I'm very grateful also for the past. This is one of the reasons why I stayed longer. I was meant to be staying here for only one week, and it's been a month right now. And I'm so grateful also like how things happen. I was not overwhelmed with all these feelings and emotions. Now they're actually getting up, and as I'm talking about them, I'm feeling really my throat chakra here. But I believe and I feel really like the two chakras that I'm like right now is my throat chakra and really the sacral, so the action taker, the sexual energy as well, and then the voice, and then the two are linked because you're expressing your feeling and emotion to the world. And this is what I'm choosing to do. Being vulnerable is something that scares the shit out of me. Like I always been strong and I always been, I get it sorted. But I'm truly right now, I'm very vulnerable and I'm allowing it. It's different. It's sometimes challenging. I was like, I can get it sorted. Like I can do it by myself. But I came to the realization that I can do it by myself. But do I really want to do it by myself? No. And it is okay sometimes. She's like, you know what? I don't want to do it alone. So I'm really grateful for the people who had mirrored that really wish in me, and then that there is no need for us to do everything by ourselves. Like we can be the best version of ourselves, being also vulnerable. And this is exactly what I'm learning. As I said, this is completely new to me. And then when I discovered this part, I was like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Like how am I gonna react to that? But so far so good. Like I've been challenged a lot. Especially with my emotions and feelings, and sometimes I thought that some parts were healed, or at least completely, but they're only partially healed, so I need to go back and then give that love to yourself, and then allow yourself to be and then to feel again. And this is exactly where I am. So allow yourself also to be vulnerable. Is really okay. Like we don't always have to be strong. We don't always have to carry everything with ourselves. I know that I was talking to my boyfriend, and I was like, I have enough of having to deal with everything and carry everything. And he was like, why are you carrying exactly? And I exaggerated the gesture with my hands, and he was like, you can drop it. And I was like, what do you mean I can drop it? And he said, yes, you can drop it. Like you can literally, whatever ball or weight you're carrying, you can choose to drop it, and then just him saying that, he kind of allowed me to actually drop what's not needed anymore. Like, a lot of our burdens are coming from, hey, we don't have to carry everything by ourselves. I used to think that I have to, but I'm realizing that I do not have to. And as much as I'm not used to it, this is like shaking something in me. I was like, oh wow, does that mean that I was actually making myself suffer and carry much more than I could actually carry? And then when you realize sometimes that no one is doing anything to you but yourself, the hardest part is to accept that. And I was like, no, I can't be the martyr. I can't be like the one making myself suffer in all this. And unfortunately, there was a teaching there, but definitely that was what I was doing. I was carrying more than I could handle, and at some point it's not sustainable. So as much as also being vulnerable is okay, and that is exactly what this absolutely amazing journey is teaching me. As I said, this is not easy, like just sharing this is just so weird. So, and I want to acknowledge myself, actually, I really do, but I really want to acknowledge myself for sharing this rawness with you guys, because like for me it's getting out of my comfort zone, and this is a commitment that I took to myself. So this week what I was doing is everything that I was scared of, and my list is like, look, I was like, I'm gonna do everything I'm scared about this week. So for example, I'm scared of rejection. Like this is something that scares shit out of me, like hearing no's or not being liked or appreciated. And what I did, like I was going to school, like I go to Spanish school in the morning, and I was like, okay, I can take an Uber, but that's easy. So I was like, I'm gonna hitchhike and ask people. And here in Mexico, like security and safety are big issues. I was like walking to cars, and then the people are like, oh. And then I've heard so many no's. And as much as you know, it's like, keep going. One no is, these people are not rejecting me. They're just saying no, that it's not suitable to them. So, and it made me realize that it's about the perception of the things that we're seeing. It's not more about, oh yeah, this person doesn't like me. Like, these people don't know me. So, but it's about, it's not good for me. And I also realized that them saying no challenged me, because I didn't know how to say no. Like, in small situations where I hold myself, like I want to speak and I want to say no, this is not okay, but kind of the sound just want to come out, and I was like, oh. And then you go home, and then you have thousands of scenarios rolling in your head, and I was like, I don't want to be doing this, like. And that comes also from the need to be loved and appreciated, and where I grew up, like it was not a thing to say, hey, I don't like that. Like I heard a lot of time. I'm not blaming anyone, by the way. I love my parents and I forgive them, and I totally forgive myself. But like the fact is, like stop being too much. Stop being the friend. Stop being this. Stop doing that. And stop complaining. So sometimes you just hold onto these things within yourself, and then you don't realize that when you grow up as an adult, you still carry these things. The little child in you still needs to express him or herself, and if you do not allow yourself to do it in a way that is authentic to you, you're holding onto that energy within yourself. So now I decided that no matter what I'm feeling, if this is not something that is aligned with me, I'm gonna say it. Like a lot of time I have to think twice or 3 times, sometimes 10 times. Sometimes I never go and say it. But I realize that if it's something bothering you, you owe it to yourself to speak your truth to the world. And I was holding myself back. I was holding myself from truly expressing, because I was scared either being rejected or being too much, or being, oh, look at her, she wants more attention. And I remember like the voices of my family is like, oh, look at her. I used to cry a lot when I was a kid, and for them it was like just my way of seeking attention. I guess that was kind of true, but I didn't know how to express myself else. The thing is, the more like growing up, I stopped, like I hold on to this tear. So my only way of expressing myself before kind of become a weakness for me. So I also stopped from doing this. I was like, no, I don't want to be. I want to be vulnerable, and it's okay to be weak sometimes. It's also okay to cry. And as I said, this is really like weird for me. being, I don't think I cried in public in like years. I hold it and I could feel that my throats are like. But I wait till I go home, I go to the park, or I'm by myself, or I wear my sunglasses, or so that I do not attract that attention on me, because that's the thing that I was told not to do. And like literally, it scares the shit out of me to be vulnerable and to say, hey, I don't want to be strong all the time. I just want to allow all the emotions and feelings, and I don't want to be scared of rejection or being abandoned or I'm not good enough and all these feelings. But literally the past, as I said, the past few weeks, these emotions just literally just shoveled to the surface. I was like, oh wow, what was going on? So that was the new version of me, like me willing to go to that next level, but really something stopping me from pushing that box. And as I said, there was no one stopping you about yourself. That was no one stopping me from doing it. But as long as I don't deal with the fears, as long as I don't allow myself to feel all my emotions, I don't only want to be sharing the successes and the great times. There are hard times when I feel that I really owe it to myself and I owe it to the world to say, hey, I'm not okay and I need your help, and I'm vulnerable, and that is okay as well. And I need people, and that was something that was completely hard. It's like, why do I need people? Because if I need people, that means they're gonna abandon me at some point. But I realized that you have to allow, I can't just shut myself because I'm scared of being abandoned. And then that came back to childhood and a lot of things that has happened back then. But I now really want to acknowledge myself for all these feelings and emotions. And as I said, it was hard to acknowledge that. Like taking a pen and a piece of paper and decided to sit down with myself and write all the limiting beliefs, all the thoughts, everything that I'm going through, and deciding why do I think what I think? Why do I feel what I feel? Why is my body telling me? Why is my body trying to protect me from the thing that I say I want? And if I don't believe that this is the thing that I want, they're not going to happen. So these are all emotions and feelings that really have been hard on me, but I'm so grateful for them as well. And thank you so much, guys, for sending me your love. Thank you, Missy, for watching. Thompson, Hermione, Atul, Dr. Apakun as well. Alala, yeah, there are times where we're strong and successful, and there are times where we definitely need other people, and this is exactly the message. Like, if you need someone, just reach out to them. It's okay if they say no, but at least you are owing it to yourself, and you're doing the things that you definitely, your body and soul and spirit needs for you to grow. We always grow into becoming the best version of ourselves, and each version of you requires you to go even deeper into your biggest fears. And for me, it was being vulnerable. And I'm really willing to be vulnerable right now and to share my fears as well. And then, so I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm gonna wish you a great evening, morning, afternoon. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for watching live. And guys, have a great evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from this world. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you very soon.